Hello, our beloved viewers. It's Friday, 31 December. Welcome to this English news edition. Coming up, the headlines. The head of state congratulated the Djiboutian people for the new year. And on the international scene about Ukrainian crisis, Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin exchange calls. Those were the top stories. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. On the occasion of the New Year 2022, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, congratulated the citizens and residents, wishing everyone a happy year full of joy and achievement, further progress and prosperity. The President of the Republic said, "My dear brother and sister, we have arrived at the start of the new year 2022, sorry. So it is my chance to congratulate you on a regular basis and convey my congratulations on the new year." Here are few words of the head of state. Let's listen.
Mes chers compatriotes, nous voici au seuil de la nouvelle année. C'est l'occasion pour moi de formuler les traditionnels vœux de santé, de bonheur et de prospérité à l'endroit de chacun d'entre vous.
My dear compatriots, here we are at the threshold of the new year. This is an opportunity for me to express the traditional wishes of health, happiness, and prosperity to each of you. I also address my best wishes for a happy new year to our defense forces who watch over the security of our country at our borders and abroad. Ensure the noble mission of peacekeeping with brotherly and friendly countries. My dear compatriots, the year 2021 has had its share of events, among the main ones the continuations of the global COVID-19 pandemic with the appearance of new variants, regional political context once again under tension. We hope that in 2022, this event with tragic consequences will be definitively overcome so that life will finally return to normal and peaceful. More than ever, the world needs solidarity to face the increasingly violent crisis caused by inequality and excessive capitalism. Whether they are migratory, climatic, and sanitary, the responses required can only be collective and marked by the greatest humanity. On all these issues, our country will ensure in all consciences its share of hummingbird, as the writer Pierre Rabin, who passed away this year, so well told. Thanks to our faith, we will never lose our optimism. It is this optimism that has allowed our country to return to development and growth by creating solid and fruitful infrastructures on our territory. In jobs, revenue, our ports have established themselves in the global competition in maritime logistics as a reference due to their strategic location and their know-how. Because it is our people who carry it, and because we believe in it, our country will continue to rely on these assets to accelerate the development trend. In a globalized world where economic interdependence is the rule, we must preserve our country from these negative consequences. This is why we will equip our economy with a resilient shell that will allow it to face exogenous disturbance. The government will firmly undertake the necessary reforms to achieve this, which will involve modernizing our entire production system to bring it into line with the digital age. It will also require a diversification of our investments in order to exploit the tremendous potential of our regions. Finally, a better mobilization of the domestic resources and a modernization of the public management having for objective to assure an optimal valorization of the public expenditure will quickly undertaken. My fellow citizens, in 2022, we will not change our courses. We will continue to mobilize all energies on the pace of an inclusive development for all our citizens. For the pact of continuity that we decided together last April, it is also, above all, a pact of confidence that we signed together in the capacity of our country to advance on the pace of its future. My dear compatriots, let us look forward to this New Year's with great optimism. Let us enter this New Year's with much hope. Let us continue to make our nation prosper. Let us remain faithful to our Republican values, our unity, our identity, and our national cohesion. Happy New Year 2022. Long live the Republic.
Pour l'ensemble de nos concitoyens. Car le pacte de continuité que nous avons décidé ensemble en avril dernier, c'est aussi et avant tout un pacte de confiance que nous avons signé ensemble dans la capacité de notre pays à avancer sur le chemin de son avenir. Mes chers compatriotes, nous envisageons cette nouvelle année avec beaucoup d'optimisme. Rentrons dans cette nouvelle année avec beaucoup d'espoir. Continuons à faire prospérer notre nation. Restons fidèles à nos valeurs républicaines, à notre unité, à notre identité et à notre cohésion nationale. Bonne année 2022. Vive la République.
The preparation for the New Year's Eve are continuing as a musical evening, which is held this evening by the National Radio and Television Corporation. This musical event in this evening is organized by the Office of the Mayor of Djibouti City in cooperation with the Ministry of Youth and Culture and the National Radio and Television Corporation. This has mobilized its human, financial, and technical resources to make this musical evening, which was dedicated to the late Djiboutian artist Abdel Rahman Al Hirsi. Sport news now. The Secretary of State in charge of sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamel, received in his office at the ministerial complex the Director of Global Sports Communication. The two parties discussed a number of issues of common interest, especially in the field of sport. At the beginning of the meeting, the Minister Hassan Mohammed Kamel welcomed the director in Djibouti, praising the role that the institution played in promoting global sport. For his part, the director expressed his thanks and gratitude to the minister for the good reception and hospitality that he received. It should be also noted that the agency is a department that represents world-class athletes.
We just met with the minister and with the Olympic Committee and the Djibouti Athletics Federation. I've been visiting Djibouti now for a couple of days to see the environment for the athletics for training. What we do in our job is we help the Athletics Federation to develop the youngsters. In Djibouti you have a good tradition of developing youngsters, but not yet to make the next step to senior level. So we will come in to help the federation and the country to make athletics proud and Djibouti to raise the flag of Djibouti.
Yesterday, the mayor of Djibouti sponsored the inauguration of Lagarde Square after its restorations and renovation. This event took the place in the presence of the wall of Djibouti, the mayor of Djibouti, the capital, and the mayor of Boulaous. The rehabilitation and construction of this new infrastructure attest to the urban development that continue to the beauty of our public space. The mayor of Djibouti City cut the ribbon marking the inauguration of the square, which is one of the entertainment facilities of Djibouti, the Djibouti capital. The square, after its restoration and the rehabilitation, contribute to the preserving the environment and improving the landscape of Boulaous municipality. During his intervention, the governor of Djibouti, Kabiro Mr. Usman, urged the citizens to preserve this square and to take care of it as much as possible, noting that the authorities pay special attention to this square. For her part, the mayor of Djibouti, Ms. Fatuma Awali, indicated that today Lagarde Square was inaugurated and opened after its recent restoration. She said that this square is a historical square as it is located in the center of the capital and pledged to take legal and measures for those who damage these national squares. Ms. Fatuma Awali Usman made it clear that polishing the country's landscape is a matter of concern to all citizens, calling on citizenship to maintain this recreational facility. On the occasion of the 57th anniversary of the start of the Palestinian Revolution, the Palestinian ambassador to Djibouti, Mr. Kamal, made an statement to the local media in which he affirmed the will of the Palestinian people to preserve freedom, dignity, and independence. It was yesterday the headquarters of the CAC Bank International hosted the signing ceremony of the sports sponsorship agreement between the director of the bank, Mr. Ahmed, and the international sports athletes. Based on this agreement, the bank will sponsor and support all sport activities for Djiboutian youth in regional and international forums. During sporting season, the Federation made a great achievement in this file. This step comes within the framework of CAC Bank, the international CAC Bank strategy to support and promote national sport, especially the judo sport. It should be noted that the CAC International Bank is one of the contributions to all sport activities in the country. It is worth nothing that the Djibouti Judo Federation has made remarkable progress in terms of winning medals in continental and international tournament, thanks to the effort of the Federation's leadership in an intervention. The Djiboutian Sport Championship express his thanks and gratitude for this genius initiative, praising the effort of the president of the National Judo Federation, who made every effort to make this initiative a success. The president of the National Judo Federation, in his intervention, praised the tireless effort made by the CAC Bank in order to promote the national sport, which is, he said, looking forward to a more successful future and to the best representation of Djibouti in regional and international judo competition. The general manager of CAC Bank, Mr. Ahmed Hamed, indicated in his intervention that this agreement is an integral part of the bank's policy aim of the promoting and contributing to sport activities in the country. He said the Federation made a great achievement in the file of sports of the national. That is why we are supporting the national sport and in particular the judo competition. Within the framework of the national strategy of the Ministry of Health, aim at accelerating the pace of vaccination against the coronavirus pandemic, the central prisons witness a vaccination campaign for prison staff and workers to limit the spread of coronavirus throughout the country. This initiative, adopted by the Ministry of Health, aims to facilitate the employees to access the vaccine against COVID-19 in order to limit the spread of the epidemic or the occurrence of a new wave in the course of a wide spread of the Omicron. It should be noted that the efforts of the health authorities and awareness campaign contribute significantly to the decrease in the spread of coronavirus in Djibouti and its negative repercussions. In this regard, the Colonel, Mr. Mohamed Younis Ali, Director General of the Gabon Central Prisons, praised the effort of the Ministry of Health, which worked to bring this service closer to prisoners, stressing the need to respond with the initiative to prevent infection with the coronavirus pandemic, he said. The Ministry of Health, through the National Institution of Public Health in Djibouti, continues a campaign of spraying insecticide which aim to eliminate mosquitoes and other harmful insects. In this context, the moving team of the National Institute of Public Health implement the campaign in several neighborhoods in the municipality of Belbela and Boulaous. It is worth noting that the spraying operation are primarily targeted at areas where malaria is widespread, and they undoubtedly make an important contribution to limiting the spread of malaria. In a statement he made to national television, the Director General of the National Institute of Public Health, Mr. Hussein Yusuf, spoke about the objective of this campaign, urging the population to provide the necessary facilities for the team charged to carry out a spraying operation which will eliminate mosquitoes that transmit disease. And now in Tajora, the White City has hosted a workshop on thinking and action organized by an organization concerned with the human resources development in cooperation with the General Inspectorate of Public Education. The workshop focused on the revised French tools for the third years of the primary schools using modern technology. It should be noted that modern technology is a strategy educational tools for consultants and educational institutions. This initiative falls within the framework of the effort of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, which seeks to strengthening and improve the educational process in the country. The minister has taken a number of measures and reform concerned with the development and the continuous effort in the educational system in primary schools. And now in Ali Sabih region, the Minister of Family Women organized a workshop to promote the joint activities for community development, family planning, and combating female genital mutilation with the decentralized structure in the Ali Sabih region. The occasion took place in the presence of the acting governor of Ali Sabih region, Mr. Mohamed Hamed, the vice president of the local council, and in addition to the director of the family administration, Ms. Fawzia Ali. it is this community development cooperative project is real tools in combating poverty and improving the living condition of the people in rural areas in the region. This vital project is part of the government effort represented by the Ministry of Women and Family, aiming at the improvement of the situation of Djiboutian families, especially the family arising in the interior region. As part of the effort of the National Gendarmerie aim at the combating drugs and crime, the National Gendarmerie component of the 6 and 7 district detachment carry out a large-scale operation. During the operation, the elements arrested a truckload with the alcohol and drinks, estimate at about 2 cartons, each containing 23 bottles of a different type of alcohol. This will bring the 4 people involved in front of their justice to take legal action against them. And now moving on to the international scene, the U.S. president warned his Russian counterpart of this decisive response to any invasion of Ukraine, while the Russian president considered that opposing sanctions on his country will be a big mistake that could lead to dangerous results. But they express some optimism in the agreement to reduce tension after 50 minutes phone calls between them. The second in 3 weeks, the two presidents indicate their support for the diplomatic path to resolve the crisis between Russian and Western-backed Ukraine. Putin's foreign policy advisor told a virtual press conference that Putin was generally comfortable with the call for his part. As senior U.S. official who asked not to be identified said the tone was serious and objective. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful evening.